Welcome back to the Moray Field Sports and Events Centre for Game 3 in our 4-game coverage this weekend. It's Game 2 today. We had a game last night, of course, up in Townsville. Today we are coming to you live from the Moray Field Sports and Events Centre. And this next match, the 3 o'clock round, Creanley's Club Tigers versus the USC Thunder. Last time these two teams met was way back in round 9, October 31, 2020. The Thunder 60 as they pushed for the finals, took out the Tigers 45. Head-to-head, this is the exciting thing. These guys are tied at 2 apiece in the history of the competition. And overall, the Tigers have won just 6 games out of a possible 22, and the Thunder have won 7 games out of a possible 23. So it shapes to be a good match, and we've had 2 classics so far. The Jets got over the team from the Gold Coast, the Bull Sharks, this afternoon, which was a pretty exciting game. The Bull Sharks really took it to them. And last night we had the Wildcats, of course, taking out the team from Townsville, which was a pretty good game. The Rays, they won a quarter, their first quarter that they've ever won. So the Tigers lineup is there. They start with Grace Hughes, the shooter. Amy Summerall is back, and she's the goal attack. Lily Gray, the wing attack. Ali McLeod from the Cougars comes across, and she's the centre. Elise Monga is the wing defence. The goal defence and the goalkeeper are both Childs. Rihanna is the keeper. Lynette is the is the goal defence. So that'll be very confusing. One has a plait, one has a ponytail. That makes up a bench, and this is exciting news. Katie Walker is on the bench. The medal is named after her, the Katie Walker medal. Shelley Rosenhoff is the other substitute with Emily Gage, coached by Erin Burns. And the team is looking pretty good, according to Erin. She said they had a great off-season, and she's very excited about where they are. The USC Thunder team, Annabelle Laurie is the goal shooter. Binny and Hunt, the goal attack. That's the same two from last year. Chloe Littleland is the wing attack. The centre is Monique French. She's come over from the Jets. Maddie Hinchcliffe has come over from the Cougars, the premiership-winning Cougars. She's at wing defence. Leah Woolno, also from the Jets. She's the goal defence. Ashley Barnett is the goalkeeper. The substitutes are Sienna Allen, Amy Metcalf, and Macy Marin. Now, she's come in for Chloe Bingham, who's injured her finger. So that's it's a week-to-week proposition with Bingham at the moment, but she's definitely out for this week, possibly next week, according to the coach. The umpires for today, Carly Farthing and Di Fawcett. Nicholas Stevens, who umpired the first game, is the substitute. So everything is in readiness, and I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting today and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. My name's Dave Mills. I'll be with you for the rest of the day, and I'll be joined in commentary a little bit later in this game by Hannah Davies from the Courier Mail. She's the voice you can hear in the background right now doing the call-outs of the players running on, and she's the ground announcer for today. She'll be joining us. She's a journalist from the Courier Mail, so it's great to have her on board. So everything's in readiness. Signs getting moved. Players are on the court. We just need a ball and some umpires. There's a whistle. I think that's a 30-second whistle. Should be a close match, this. The USC Thunder, they looked like they were going to not feature at all in the finals, and then came home with a wet sail from round 6 on. Probably were the form team of the competition, and just got pipped in the prelim final by 3 by the Jets, who eventually lost to the Cougars. So I see them as a real threat this year. They, if anything, got a little bit stronger. They got a new coach in Jessica Whitford, Gary Passion unavailable. So they've made some changes in their coaching staff, and consequently they look a little bit stronger with their player improvement. So Binny Hunt's going to take the first shot. There's an obstruction call there on... I think it's Lynette Childs. Yeah, it is. So I'm predicting that voice you heard is the voice of Hannah Davies from the Courier Mail. She joins us. Hannah, it should be 1-1 after this shot. It is. It's going to stay at 1-1. That'll be awkward. It'll be a soccer score. So what? Come on, I let you off last time. Make a prediction. Who do you think's going to win?
I think Thunder.
Thunder by?
Looking at their team development over the off-season, their culture, I was watching them warm up. They're looking pretty tight-knit. So, and I think that's going to make a huge difference. I
guess it comes down to whether the Child sisters can stop the very impressive shooting end of Laurie and Binny and Hunt. Everything down the court, everyone sort of crosses each other out. But exciting news for the Tigers. Katie Walker on the bench.
I know, we're pretty excited about that one.
Well, come from
Cutting about it
nowhere.
off the
Didn't even know she was training with them, and apparently there's an injury, and she's stepped up to the plate.
Oh,
so.
does Katie Walker even need to train for this, though?
Fittest player, fittest person I've known in my life, I think, is Katie Walker.
It's pretty amazing.
She looks like she's just run a marathon today and looks pretty good after it. So, and has speed to burn. So the ball with Hunt now. So
it'll be a pretty professional circle in here with Hunt and Laurie. Both you are, what am I talking about? Lightning training partners.
Indeed, and of course Laurie got played a part of a game last year with the Lightning.
She did, and I think Hunt got on there too.
Not sure about that one. I can't remember. You're possibly right. Yeah, so. And Laurie started well, renowned for her long shooting, but those have all been pretty in close and looking good. Her and Hunt off to a quick start, 4-1. We've only played 2 in the first quarter. So, Tigers, I spoke to their coach, Burns. She said they've had a great off-season. Bit of a rebuilding year with them because they've lost a lot of players through retirements and transfers, etc. And
they did. I think QUT took quite a few of their players from memory.
Yes, I think a few of them did transfer over, yep.
Yeah.
Of course, Paula Stewart, a former Tigers coach. So, yes, they moved areas. And now we've got with Laurie. Oh, what a pass from Laurie.
Right over the top of them.
Quick turnaround. Caught the child sisters wanting. Hunt gets it back on a missed shot and scores. It's 5-2. Margin 3, we've played 3. It's a fast start, probably a bit quicker than the other game that we saw earlier today.
Absolutely. Thunder have come out firing from the looks of it.
So, lots of cliches we can use here. Thunderbolts and lightning, things like that. There's a storm of brewing.
How couldn't we?
Oh.
It makes it easy for us.
It does. Tigers are roaring. So, of course, sponsored by Carina Leagues Club. They're a big sponsor for many, many years. So, shot there to Hughes. My first viewing of her, she looks impressive. Don't know much about her. So
me neither, I'll be honest.
She's a goal shooter. She's 197 centimetres, so she's the same size as Charlie Bell from the Jets. So I have no clue where she's come from. But a great pickup. Looks like she's going to be a fixture in this team already. And we're only into 4 minutes into the season. Penny and Hunt, nice rotation in the circle there. Laurie and Hunt have a great understanding. So, short ball, but it falls to Childs. And Monga, who's in the State 19 side, is the centre for the Tigers. Contested ball.
Hughes gets the contact call, but Somerville's going to take that one.
Amy Somerville,
it.
former Swift, former Firebird, has one of the best shots in the game. Captain of the side. Had a tough year last year, so that one gets thrown away, unfortunately. Would have tied it up if they'd scored there, but it's 5-4. So I'm going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. I do love the Thunder. One of my good friends, Gary Passion, used to coach him, but I think the Tigers might just steal this one. I'm going to say Tigers by, I normally say 27.
We're differing today.
I was going to say Tigers by 27, but I think Tigers by 6.
27.
So.
No, I'm still backing the Thunder for this one.
Well, there you go. One of us will be proven stupid, and probably be me. So,
we'll have to wait and see.
So I'll keep talking, I'll prove it. Hunt misses.
Yeah, she's
Laurie
missing early on.
Laurie can't get the rebound.
You can see that she's frustrated. I saw her do a little flick of the wrist, trying to get her eye in.
Yes, indeed. So, nice pace through the midcourt there. Falls to Somerville.
Somerville's going to put that one up.
And got a lovely high arc.
Doesn't she?
We're tied at 5s, and we've played 5. So, great start to this one. So, Monique French transferred from the Jets. She's got the ball. Kicks it across. Laurie wanted it, didn't get it. Hunt gets it this time. And makes no mistake, gives the margin of 1, 6-5. This is shaping up to be a pretty good game. Ooh, contact there. French came through. Probably
very physical down there, isn't it?
Marginally late, yes. So, McLeod there faked one way and threw it quickly.
They're moving it down pretty fast, the Thunder. Oh, and straight in. That connection there, like you were saying before, you can tell they've played together for a while.
It's like putting on a well-worn glove, isn't it?
It is.
Just slots in there. They look magnificent for an old pair of jeans. You look at the replay. Fast transition through the midcourt, and that's where it stops. So ball back with the Thunder.
Litherland works it back. They're taking their time here.
Oh, ball a bit high.
Not enough time, it looks like.
Annabelle Laurie couldn't get that one. So the GD, I'll try and sort this out for you. The girl with the ball now is Lynette Childs. That's the GD. Brianna is the keeper. We will get that wrong
to
the
confirm,
entire match.
he's confirming this for more himself than for viewers.
We're not supposed to call each other out.
I'm sure the Tigers fans at home know exactly who they're watching right now.
Former player from the Thunder, Lily Mae Catling, watching from all the way. She's on the other side of the world, I believe. So very impressive. Great to have her on board. So
pass off to Hughes. Falls short and
gets her own rebound.
Didn't look like she would it for a second. Feet
positioning not good on the shot. Look at her feet there. They're like penguin feet facing outwards.
Yeah, she brings her elbow down quite far.
Absolutely.
I guess when you're tall, you don't have to worry about that.
So in this league, you probably do. And needs to get that corrected because those feet are pointing at us and the shot is away from us. So a bit of a technical glitch there, which I'm sure Coach Burns will be onto. So if you could get the feet pointing at the hoop, then you'll probably find a lot more shots go in and they won't hit that front of the ring like they did there a couple of times there. Having said that, Cheryl McMahon, one of the greatest shooters of all time, she used to point her feet into the crowd too. So what would I know?
And who are we to tell her?
Exactly. I think I did call it out one day when I was watching. Cheryl, straighten your feet up. Just told me to get stuffed. Great work there.
Beautiful work from the shooters.
The ball go back with the Thunder.
And that's what you want to see in a team, is where the attackers can defend just as well as their defenders and bring that ball back.
Laurie missed. Huge rebound with Benny and Hunt. Had two goes at it, finally gets it and gets the shot. That could have gone either way and Hunt just wanted it more. 8-7. Back of the Tigers, they go long. Gray gets it, fires it in. And another shot there from Hughes. That was better.
Yeah, she's getting her eye in now. A bit more confidence, I think.
So, and Litherland with it, the captain, the Sunny Coast Junior. Great to have a local as the captain. Looks in, finds Laurie popping to the top, going to the triangle. No, kicks it back. Bit of a delay on the pass. Laurie wanted it.
I think she was waiting for Brianna, to commit. And bring it back to the fake.
And Laurie gets another one. 9-8, 5:43 to play. Good to see Jamie O'Connor's back with us, one of our big fans from last year. So, this is the third game of the first round. It's been some incredibly good netball. Lily Gray with it now. She's come up from Ruby, played one game with the Tigers last year, filling in. Oh. That's been pickpocketed there.
There's Hinchliff with those long arms.
Hinchliff playing in a favoured WD spot. Played a lot of centre for the Cougars last year. And Hunt just drives in under the ring. Unselfish play there, but Laurie hits the front of the ring again. Comes off Tigers last.
Yeah, when you've got the sisters down there, you need to be putting it in.
I see what you did there. I think that was Lynette got a hand on it. So,
it's much easier if I just said the sisters, isn't it?
So, taking the commentator's cheap way out. French with it now. Throws it straight into the hands of Gray. And Gray with it again, looks in the circle, nothing on. Somerville out wide. Cloud fires it in. We've got two players out there that won the championship. Fun fact, two players out there that won the championship last year on opposing teams.
Tell me who?
McLeod and Hinchliff.
Both Cougars.
Both Cougars, yeah. And they in the championship winning team last year.
There you go. And we've got Leah.
From the Jets.
From the Jets.
Who came second. And Monique French from the Jets as well. So we've got four players on this court who played in the grand final last year.
And you can tell, score's already pretty up there.
Lots of fun facts today.
So many.
Great rebound there from Hughes.
She sinks it.
She is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this competition. We're back at 10. 10-10.
Oh, what a take.
That was absolute courage by Litherland. Oh, I hope we see that on replay.
Puts it straight into Laurie.
So that was quite brilliant. So, oh, loose hands.
There she is again. She's in everything right now, Chloe is.
Little doing a captain's job. French hits the top of the circle, goes back. And we've got an obstruction call in the circle on, I think, Rhiannon. So, the ball with the Tigers. They've never led. They've tied it up 4 times. And we're at 11-10 in favour of the Thunder at the moment. Biggest lead of the game's been 3. And that was owned by the Thunder. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the commentary, you can join our socials. HART Sapphire Series, the Facebook page. Drop us a comment, drop us a line. You can watch all these games back later.
Oh, they're struggling to get it in there, the Tigers. And there's a turnover for the Thunder.
Through Wilno now. She's from the Jets as well. So, fires it down the court. Falls to Laurie. Laurie to French.
Oh, straight off that baseline.
Perfect triangle offense there. To Hunt, to Laurie. Laurie makes no mistake on the shot. 12-10. We've got 2:25 to play in a very entertaining first quarter thus far.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that call. Contact by Litherland. She did push her way through that entry there.
She doesn't mind a turnover, as in forcing them. Ball goes back to Hinchliffe. Laurie fires it in without hesitation. Great understanding between those two.
Yeah, the timing is just spot on right now.
It's hard to believe we're just a few minutes into the season, because that looked like they've been playing together for ages. Spoke to their new coach in Jessica Whitford, said she's been playing training games against the Lightning.
Yes.
And a couple against the Queensland men's team. So
yeah, look, they're lucky to have those games against them, and you can tell that they've been playing because
they look a little bit match hardened.
They do.
So fires across. Back to the top, Somerville. Doesn't get it first time, gets it second time. Player on the ground. That's the goalkeeper from the Sunny Coast Lightning. Sorry, the Thunder, Barnett. So we get the sponges out. Gives us a chance to have a break. Don't forget, we've got the match of the round coming up. QT netball taking on the Cougars. And jump on the... we've got an agreement now with...
we can see Katie Walker's putting on a bib, I think.
Didn't think it would be too long till she comes out there.
No, we've been waiting for this, haven't we?
She's putting the centre bib on.
They're 3 behind and they're not mucking around.
So, looks like McLeod comes off. Katie Walker in at centre. The crowd goes nuts.
They're loving this.
So, she's a specialist coach with the Firebirds. And now she's on court. Says g'day to Hinchliffe. They've probably battled a couple of times over the years.
I'd say she knows the family pretty well by now.
I'd say she would. So the missed shot gets picked up by McLeod, and she makes no mistake on the second crack. Katie Walker just sprints back to the transverse line. If you're looking for an ejection of pace, here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. And contact there, but Binney and Hunt drives. Oh, went for the layup, pulled up.
Katie who, they're saying?
So Hunt with it. Missed the first, gets the second. We're inside the last minute, 57 seconds to go. The quarter will probably belong to the Thunder, 14-11. Walker finds Gray. And great work there by Hinchliffe. Pickpocketed Walker there. Littleland finds French. Back to Littleland. Laurie wants it, calls for it. Hell ball.
Yeah.
So a little bit of obstruction we thought, but 3 seconds is called. Childs with it, throws it to... Now we're going down through the centre. Mongo's gone to wing defence. Walker trying to hold some space, draws a contact on Hinchliffe. Looks in, can't find anyone. He's got to get to Somerville. Obstruction inside the circle on Woolno. The Hooters about to sound and misses the shot. Disappointing end. So 14-11 first quarter. A very impressive start by both teams. We were tied at 10s, and just in the last couple of minutes, the connection between the shooters from the Thunder has just giving them the opportunity to pull away. What thoughts on the first quarter there, Hannah?
Yeah, look, you can tell that the Thunder have been playing those preseason matches against Lightning and the men's team. They're looking physical and they're looking fast, and you can tell that they're used to those connections already.
The understanding between the two shooters is unbelievable at the moment.
It is.
It is indeed.
And it's a pretty exciting matchup against Lynette and Rihanna.
So Katie Walker coming on at centre there. Pretty excited to see that.
Oh, absolutely. We've been waiting for this one. I'm surprised to see her back round one so quickly, but I think the Tigers are going to be thankful to have her today. She would definitely have a lot to offer on the bench as well when she's coaching.
Absolutely, and don't forget that we've got one more game at 5 p.m. QUT Netball taking on the Cougars, and that's a subscription. If you want to see that one live, we've joined forces with News Corp, and they're going to live stream the match of the round each week. So you get a Courier Mail subscription by jumping on their live streaming platform. It costs you $5 per month with a minimum 3-month subscription, so $15 basically gives you the whole season. If you can't do that and you want to see the game, it'll be on our YouTube channel 72 hours after completion. Pretty exciting to have a partnership with the Courier Mail and News Corp.
Oh,
Your
absolutely.
employer, isn't it?
Yes.
That's where you are. And of course, join us on the socials. HART Sapphire Series, that's the Facebook. The Instagram is Sapphire Series Netball, and the YouTube channel is Sapphire Series. For all the news, views, and interviews, you go to sapphireseries.com.au. So pictures today being brought to us by Double Take Sport. They're doing a great job. They're with us again. We appreciate them coming back and being on board. So what are you saying if you're the coaches?
Well, what I was looking at just before is that actually I was looking more at the umpires than the coaches. Some of all Tigers captions just approached them to get some clarification on something. Any idea what that might be about?
I have absolutely no idea.
No,
so,
I'm pretty stumped too. I thought everything looked pretty clean. It was definitely looking physical, but from both sides, I thought.
As a coach, I'm never a fan of that because when you go and see them at quarter time and they say, even if you have a legitimate beef, then they correct it so you don't get the advantage of it when you swap ends. So I've never been a fan of actually going down and talking to umpires in a game. You know,
and I think at this level,
I'll give them a spray. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's different to actually sourcing clarification.
I think at this level, the umpires are just going to go, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
see
just
ya.
brush it off.
Yeah.
Exactly. We've got some of the best umpires in the world playing in this competition.
Absolutely.
Today we've got Carly Farthing and Di Fawcett, and the reserve is Nicola Stevens. So, it should be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to this second quarter. Any changes that you can see? I can't see any.
Not at the moment. Actually, I think no.
Just a picture there of the Cougars are in the house, so they're pretty excited for this. Liz White there was on the phone. Probably maybe getting a bet on, you reckon?
Surely not this early.
I don't think we have netball gambling, thank goodness. So it's just about in every other sport. I think you can gamble on the weather, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
So the Thunder will get us underway. They lead 14-11. So, and in probably one of the shortest comebacks ever, it looks like Katie Walker's off. Is that correct?
Short and sweet. Yeah, she's off.
Yeah. So McLeod's back on at centre. So that comeback lasted just on 2 minutes.
I guess coach just needed to say what she had, and then she's back on.
Have a chat, and the Tigers get the first in the second quarter. So McLeod with it now. So you got a mid three of Gray at wing attack, McLeod at centre, and Monga at WD. So that's the Tigers mid-court up against Little and French and Maddie Hinchliffe. Yeah. So, Leah copped on in the back for her troubles there, but Hughes ends up on the ground limping now. Gets called for the contact. So we don't know much about Hughes, but she's pretty impressive so far.
Oh, absolutely. It's very exciting to have another very tall shooter in the league.
Absolutely. Same height as Charlie Bell.
Yeah, we speak so much about Bell.
Monjic,
beautiful intercept from Hunt there.
Binney and Hunt just plucked that out of the air. And
but the call's gone against Laurie, I think.
Laurie called for... She's out of place. It must have been a contact. So, ball back with the Tigers. And, nice work. Hughes held well, but has the ball taken off her?
Yeah, I thought she might have had that one.
It looked like she did.
From where we are. Which is much further back than the umpires are, we must say.
Indeed, we're up high on the bleachers. Barnett did well. French with it now. Hinchcliffe forced that one over the hands and picked off by the Tigers. Nice work through the midcourt. Lily Gray's come up from Ruby, but added some real enthusiasm to the side. Hughes holds the backspace well, gets the ball and shoots.
If anything, I think they're not putting it up high enough for her. She seems to be having to kind of reach and pull it in from a bit lower.
So you'd like it to be more and then drop into the backspace?
Yeah, I think she's got enough height and enough jump on her that they need to put it up a bit more.
So Woolno brings it down. It's with Litherland now, finds Hunt.
Oh, the quick double play, interrupted by a bit of contact.
Nice setup there by Laurie. Usually eats these for breakfast. And gets that one as well.
They love that low ball into the shooter, the Thunder.
They do indeed. It's 15-13. We played just under 3. And a turnover here. That's your handbag just got destroyed, isn't it?
That is. How do you get a payout for that?
Nail polish everywhere. Oh, no. Tissues.
Oh.
So the ball with Hunt.
Who carries netball on their nail polish in their hand?
Oh, I got no idea. So the ball back with Monga. Swings it right across to Gray. Back to Monga. They're going sideways rather than up and down. There's another sideways pass. This time it finds Gray. And she's now in the pocket, looking in, looking for Hughes. And has to go to Somerville. Amy Somerville is such a threat. She's a great shooter. They can't just leave her alone, and they can't double team Hughes. So it's a great combination at the moment for the Tigers. That one hit the front of the ring again.
Yeah, I'm noticing Somerville's not shooting as much as she usually would. She's trying to pass off to Hughes a bit.
Probably coming her own in the second half, but Laurie straight into Hunt. There's that connection we've talked about plenty. And Hunt makes no mistake. And the margin is back to 3, which was the quarter time score. Oh, loose hands there by French.
Those are the kind of errors that you really just don't want to see in that first round.
Indeed. So great to see French on court. I coached her when I was with the Lions. She's a great young player. Didn't get a lot of opportunity until late in the season at the Jets last year, given the strength of their side. And there's a shot from Hughes. So she made the transfer to the Thunder, and now she's on the court starting. Looks in, Somerville with it now. Won't shoot from there. And the ball called on outside. Looks like Hinchliff's out of play. Hughes pulls it in nicely. There's that high one you were talking about. That's exactly what you wanted.
And she was holding much stronger that time, but she just can't sink it.
Hitting the front of the ring a lot. Yeah. Hate to be a naysayer, but it's the feet. It's the most important part of the shot is the feet. So, balls will know. They'd probably had shot a little better. They'd be leading, I'd say, the Tigers, which would make my prediction of 6 pretty impressive.
It would. It would. 6. I think I had 27 in there at one point.
Well, it could be either or. Either of
those are looking.
So Hunt gets another one. Margin 3. Biggest lead of the game. They've had it many times. 17-14. We've got 9:40 to play. Litherland with it. Fires into Laurie. It's a contested ball. She can't handle it. Comes off the feet of French, I think. But we've got a contact on the goal attack. Hands in there from Somerville.
Yeah, that's lucky. I didn't think it was going to go the Thunder's way.
So French with it. Fires it into Hunt. Hunt can give him the biggest lead of the game. And does.
Oh, she's such a confident shooter, Hunt.
She certainly is. Had the knee, that right knee strapped all year last year, and she's got it strapped again this year. I don't know whether it's just a security thing or a preventative thing, but it's been strapped for quite some time.
Previous ACL or anything?
I really don't know. So Somerville with it now. She'll shoot here.
Oh, and that high shot.
It's a lovely shot.
Beautiful to watch.
That one had some snow on it. It went that high. And the margin is 3. Hunt with it now. Fires it back to Woolno. She's got skills not a lot of people possess, Hunt.
I think Hunt's had about every second ball in this play so far.
And Monga gets it. Kicks it out to Gray. And away they go. Sorry, that was McLeod, the centre. With the ball now, looks in, finds Somerville, short and sharp. Gray with it, fires to the pocket. Somerville drives around, wants it, gets it. Cops one in the back for a troubles. Hughes is not in the position to shoot, moves around now. Summerall shoots high again. This time it hits the front of the ring.
See, and that's where you'd want Hughes there.
She was in a good position, but she sort of moved herself out of it.
Pushed.
So, Litherland with it finds Hunt. And Hunt gets the margin back to 4, biggest lead of the game. And we're at the halfway point of the second quarter in a very entertaining game thus far.
Tell you what, Barnett is doing such a fierce job in there. She's making it so hard for Hughes.
Except for that one when Hughes gave her a massive shove. So
no one seemed to notice that.
No one. Barnett just fell over all by herself.
I know she did.
So the ball back with the Thunder, and a hand in there, 3 hands in there from the Tigers. They wanted that one desperately. Should you call it a hand or a claw, being the Tigers? Should we call it a hand or a claw, being the Tigers?
Claw.
Oh, there you go.
I think we'll go claw.
We'll go claw. So that's Childs. Lynette brings it down. Hunt just pickpockets her. Like a thief in the night, she grabs it. Hunt drives into the circle. Great pass from Laurie.
We've seen that drive in from her so many times already today. I think that is her signature.
It definitely is, and there's a timeout called. Timeout by the Tigers by the looks of it. It is indeed. I think that might have been called by Amy Summerall. So we've got a timeout to the Tigers. Margin is 4.
Yeah, they're sneaking away, but the Thunder.
They're leading the quarter by 1. It's 20-16, and it's a 6-5 quarter thus far. So we'll listen in.
Make sure that we calm down and use our options, especially in an attack game. Like the reset's on, right, and the on and off is there. So let's just make sure that we just. Shell's going to go into G. Alright. Yeah. Cool. All right. So just make sure you're delivering.
So one of the more calmer coaches there, Erin Burns, she never seems to get riled. But
a few smiles on the team too, just
absolutely.
Like being down by a few. I liked that.
Absolutely. She's in the second year of her tenure at the Tigers. And some pretty wise words. They just want them to settle down on the offensive end.
Give and go.
The options are on. Go back if you have to. So nothing too dramatic there from the coach.
No, I think she just wants to settle them and pump them up a bit, I'd say.
Absolutely. It looks like we've got a change at defence. That's great. One of the child sisters has gone off. That makes life a lot easier. It's Rosenhoff has come on. So
see
Shelley
if this
Rosenhoff.
can make a difference.
I think she's replaced Lynette. She has. And Laurie, that trademark shot looks fantastic. So.
Actually, we've had a change up in the Thunder mid-court as well. I believe French has moved to wing defence and Hinchliffe to centre.
Indeed, we've got a positional swap. So
I'm interested by that one. I thought the centre court was looking pretty fierce.
Yeah, maybe it's just to save legs. Like we're not sure what their fitness regime has been like. I'd imagine it's been pretty intense, but
good, yeah.
We're not sure. So
I guess why not use the rolling subs if you can?
Yeah. Wish they wouldn't, but
don't we?
So French spilt it. It fell to Monga. She throws it back to Hinchliffe, pickpockets her, and we've got a contact call outside the circle. Hunt with it.
That's right in her range there, Hunt.
It is indeed. So, score is 22-17, margin 5, biggest lead of the game, and it's just slipping away. Hughes can't pull that one in. Looked like a fairly easy one to take, just fumbled it. So, and the ball falls to Hinchliffe. She always seems to be in the right spot. So, and Annabelle Laurie, a long way from home, looks for Hunt, her partner in crime. And after a couple of little fakes, nothing but net.
And you can see how determined she is when she shoots for that.
She is indeed. They're doing an overload here. It didn't quite work. They ended up on the overload side. So French with it now. Looks in. Finds Laurie. Laurie gets it knocked out of her hands by Rosenhoff, and the umpire sees it. So. And Laurie steps up and shoots. And Wooshka
How accurate are they today?
They haven't missed many.
No.
So this game is just slipping away right here. They need to answer here and get 1 or 2 back before the halftime break. So
yeah, in a game like this, I mean, talking about accuracy, you've just got to sink it.
Hinchcliffe nearly pickpocketed that one. And we've had a change at GA. So,
sorry, GS.
Sorry, GS. Sorry, we've had a change at GS. It looks like Gage has come on for Hughes. Hughes to the bench, Gage to shooter. She played a few games last year when she came up into the top side and looked pretty impressive.
Beautiful baseline from Laurie.
She does like the baseline a lot and does it very well. Margin
why
now
not when you do it like that?
7, exactly. 25-18.
Yeah, they've really pushed ahead here in the last few minutes. We've got another change, actually. Litherland's gone into wing defence. And French into wing attack, I think.
So Monique French is the wing attack. The centre is Hinchcliffe. And Litherland is the wing defence. So
Yeah, look away for a second and they've all changed.
it's crazy times. So
Two defenders on her. Doesn't even phase her. Puts it straight in.
another great shot. And ball back with the Tigers. They need to answer here. Margin 7.
That's really nice adjusting from Hinchcliffe there. You can see she knows when she's too close. Steps away. They don't want to be caught out of play.
So ball comes to a halt outside the circle. Gage gets it right on the edge of the circle, just inside. Shoots long, doesn't get it, and neither is the rebound for the Thunder. There's the goal they've been wanting. Margin back to 6, 26-20. We've got 2:20 to play. Be looking for a turnover here. There it is into Laurie. It's just a bit too easy at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
So the change of Rosanoff hasn't made much of a difference.
No.
So margin 7, 2 to play. Must
Actually,
score
Charles
here.
is back on.
She is indeed.
She is.
Is Rosanoff gone to wing defence, or is that Monette still Monga?
No, it's still Monga.
Yep. So 27-21. Hands in there. Great work. It falls to Monga. Lynette Childs gets it. Just a bit congested in the middle at the moment for the Tigers, isn't it?
And when you've got the Lightning who are going to put their hands up the second you get it, you don't want to be crowding.
So, oh, Gage hits the deck. She'll get the call. Somerville with it. She wants it and gets it now. Does she? Yes, she does.
Great hold by Somerville.
And there's that high arcing shot. Goes in. 27-22. Margin 5. They're starting to eat back into it. If they score here 4, that would be a good result, I'd say.
It would. Puts them right back in the mix.
Also gives them a competition point because the margin was 4 at quarter time. 2 points for every quarter you win. 1 for the drawn quarter.
Bit of a contact by Litherland, called the advantage.
So Woolno in the back of Somerville. She needs this shot and gets it.
How accurate is she today?
27-23. We're all tied up for the quarter. French fires it down to Laurie into Hunt.
Oh.
And Hunt draws the foul on Childs.
She held so strong on that one.
That's Lynette. Rhiannon trying to put her off, and she gets called for the obstruction as well. Laurie shoots and scores a quick goal. So the Tigers have a chance to get a competition point if they can score here. Just look close to a break. So the ball's still with the Tigers. They got it from the side, left-hand side of the court. Probably try and get it to Somerville if they can. Obstruction there from Litherland.
Yeah, they're making this
6
hard
seconds.
for the shooter. She needs to turn and shoot. I don't think she's looking at the clock.
Oh, unfortunate. She should have shot.
Yeah.
Falls to Hinchcliffe. And there's the hooter.
They always say that. You've got to look to the clock when it's the last few seconds and just shoot.
So an 8-7 quarter makes the score 28-23. Unfortunate there for the Tigers. They had a chance to get a competition point. Couldn't close out the quarter or draw the quarter at least. But a pretty entertaining first half of netball.
Yeah, you can see the Tigers are working really hard, but I think the Thunder are just looking that little bit slicker. Maybe a bit more pre-season matchups against some harder competitions, but yeah, they're looking pretty nice.
Saying playing men's teams is beneficial?
Well, you know, in its own way.
Excellent. Good choice. Well, what will happen in the second half? Will the Tigers fight back? Will they claw their way back into this game? Or will the Thunder just soar off into the sunset? All that will be revealed when we return after these short messages from our sponsors.
That majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court. Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
So welcome back. We're halfway through our coverage today, exactly halfway through. Second game, half-time. We got the Carina Leagues Club Tigers taking on the USC Thunder. We're at the Moray Field Sports and Events Centre. My name is Dave Mills. I'm joined in covered commentary by the Courier Mail's best journalist, Hannah Davies. Hannah, welcome to the coverage. It's your first time commentating with us. Thoughts on this one? We've got a great game on our hands. The score 28-23 in favour of the Thunder.
Yeah, a margin of 5. I think there's still plenty to be said from both teams, and 5 can change pretty quickly. So I'm hoping that the Tigers are going to fight back a little bit more and we get a close game.
So you're sticking around for, we got one more game today. We've got the match of the round. We've got the brand new franchise, QUT Netball, taking on the Cougars. You're sticking around for that?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Who wouldn't be?
Exactly. If you want to watch it live, you do have to get a subscription. Jump on the match of the round with the Courier Mail's increasingly popular streaming platform. We signed a deal with News Corp, which is fantastic. And just for $5 for a month, you can watch all the games and that match of the round for free. Well, for $5 anyway. If you look at the screens now, there's Riley Holland, the shooter from the Cougars. She's just doing a few stretches there. So, and don't forget, 2 weeks' time, 2nd of May, the Firebirds are back. The Suncorp Super Netball season kicks off, and the Firebirds are playing the first match at Nishan Arena on the 2nd of May, which is against the Swifts. Celebrating 25 years, these two clubs have played their first ever match against each other, which is very exciting. So this will be a blockbuster. And following that match, the USQ Jets and the Brisbane North Cougars, which is a grand final rematch, will take the court as a curtain raiser to round 3 of the Sapphire Series. That'll be impressive. So you can get your tickets via the Queensland website, and I believe there are still just a few memberships available. So the Firebirds got a new uniform or something this year, you were telling me?
Yeah,
fun
there's
fact?
a new
You got a
fun fact.
You've got a fun
I
fact?
have a
Tell
fun
me.
fact. Numbers on the dresses to help the...
Stop it.
Well, we're having a lot of trouble, I'll be honest, with
Ouch.
the rolling subs.
I'm going to get fired.
Yeah, so to help the administration with the rolling subs, they've got numbers, and I'm really thinking, wouldn't that be handy right now?
Are you saying Sue Gordian's having trouble commentating? Are you saying
No,
Coxie's
look,
having trouble?
I'd never say they'd have commentating.
Liz Ellis having trouble?
Let's go with administration's having trouble.
So the bench are having
The
trouble.
bench
Right,
are
okay,
having
fair enough.
trouble.
We'll blame
I'm
the
pretty
bench.
sure Liz Ellis can guess each player just based on their shoes.
There you go. And by all means, if you want to join the commentary and join the mayhem, you can do so through the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. And for all the news, views, and interviews, go to sapphireseries.com.au. That gets updated throughout the week too. Lineups get put on there and all sorts of things. So it's a pretty good website. And of course, Sapphire Series is our YouTube channel. Lots of people that I know are watching in, like Andrew Williams, a good friend of mine, Karen Pope, Sophie Jane. I coach her at QUT. I'm one of the QUT coaches. And Renee Mellors is watching as well. She's also one of my students at QUT. So join us, watch us all season. You've got 14 rounds of this. It's fantastic. New franchise. We've got 8 teams now, so there's 4 games every week. Last year we only had 3. Damn COVID ruined that for everyone. Yeah. And now we've got 8, so a bit more netball for you. Next weekend, of course, is Anzac Day. We've got 3 games on Anzac Day. 24th, there's a game up in Townsville. And then we've got 3 games. So do yourself a favour and go to the dawn service. After the dawn service, duck down to the old RSL, have a palmy. Got to have a palmy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, come to the netty, get your backside courtside. We're back here at this venue next weekend. So looking forward to bringing you 3 games on the Sunday. So everything's in readiness. We're just waiting for the umpires. What do you think's going to happen second half?
Look, I think Thunder are probably going to extend this lead a bit. They're looking pretty casual, pretty comfortable actually, I should say, in the halftime break. I'm seeing a lot of just team chat, kind of sucking in some breaths, and yeah, they're looking pretty relaxed.
So the ball with Hinchliffe, she's in the centre, smooth from wing defence to centre, and gets us underway for the second half. Littleland's gone to wing defence late in that second quarter, and this combination between Laurie and Laurie just speed to burn around the top of the circle, hit the pocket, and what a goal that was.
Thinks it.
Great play there by the Thunder. So McLeod for the Tigers. Somerville. Looks like Hughes is back on for the Tigers. Gage to the bench. And Hughes had the yips a little bit in the shooting, kept hitting the front of the ring. Maybe coach has had a word to her about potentially those feet.
Yeah. So. She's holding strong there. She was almost holding Somerville there.
Just holding everyone.
Yeah.
So give me that space, I'll take it. So Somerville with the throw. Goes out, then back in, and fortuitously falls to Somerville, who gets the shot.
She's been accurate today, though, Somerville.
Indeed she has. So 29-24. We've played barely a minute in the third, sorry. Leah Woolnough with it now, finds Hunt. French.
You can see how much of a leader Littleland is on the court. They keep pushing it back to her. I think they're getting a bit stuck in that attacking end. Not sure if that's more so the Tigers stepping it up in the defence or...
She's on cue. They throw it back again.
Yeah.
What are they
They're
teaching
really
at the Courier Mail? So, Child Sisters. Oh, they double teams.
Oh, and she's just going to take that.
And Laurie shoots.
Oh, and why not?
And almost as high as Somerville on the shot. So... And the ball back with the Tigers. Margin is 6. They just can't seem to get into this lead. And great work there. McLeod hits the base. Finds Hughes. Again, front of the ring.
Still falling short.
So.
And it's almost like she's not ready for that rebound. Because Barnett is just all over that.
And ball back through French. She looks in. Finds Laurie on the lead. Laurie back to French. It was more fun last year when French was playing with Baker. We had a French Baker out there. It was really
that's pretty good.
I know.
It's so fun now.
I could talk about baguettes and all sorts of things. So another goal there to the Thunder. It's 31-24, margin 7. And this could be 8, and that'll be the biggest lead of the game. And it is. A great split there by Annabelle Laurie. And danger signs here for the Tigers. They need to stop the rot. Somerville with it finds McLeod. Fast hands in, and
just
Hughes misread it. I think she was going forward when the ball went behind her.
Yeah, something is just not connecting there in that shooting combination, I think.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised if Gage is back on pretty soon.
So Katie Walker came on for about 2 minutes and then has gone straight to the bench. I can't see any injury to her. So do you think her experience would help?
Oh, definitely. I think I'd even be putting her in that wing attack just to kind of settle the girls.
So Hunt gets another one. Margin 9. They're on a bit of a roll here, the Thunder.
They are.
See what I did there?
It took me a few seconds,
if you're going to be around, you've got to work in the Hannah. So margin back to 10.
Yeah, it's...
Sorry, 2-10.
10 is pretty hard to come back from. Definitely not.
Are you suggesting the rule of 11?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the rule of 11, if you're 11 down with 11 to go, it's very hard to come back from that. So, but we've still got a whole quarter to go.
Yeah, and that feed to Hughes is just struggling a bit.
It is indeed. It should be a good connection, but it is breaking down a little bit.
Well, it's interesting. Often you think you've got that player with the height, you think it'd be easy to, but I mean, when you've got 2 defenders who are used to defending tall shooters, I mean, it's just like any other player.
Amy Somerville makes no mistake. As a coach sitting there, I'd love to work with Hughes, but obviously they lost my number. So margin is 10, 35-25. So.
Putting in his job application right there.
Absolutely, I'm a freelancer. So, whoever writes the check, I'm there. So,
and that looks beautiful into Somerville.
Cloud to Somerville. Unfortunately, she can't get the shot.
She's
the pass was
falling short
magic.
too. They'll get a second goal at it though.
Monga picks it up. And again, Somerville doesn't usually miss 2 in a row, and she doesn't on this occasion. 35-26, margin 9, 10 to play in the third, championship quarter.
Well, they're not at 11 anymore, so
there you go.
The game's anyone's.
And a big scoop on someone who's watching us all the way from Fiji, Jenny Brazel, who's former Firebird assistant, is now with the Fiji Pearls, I think they're called. She's their head coach, and congratulations to her. We used to coach indoor together back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I learned a lot from Jenny. She's brilliant.
Mixed or women's?
I had the men's and she had the 21s. And yeah, learned a lot.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, I was a sponge when I was around Jenny. So.
We can see a few Lightning players warming up pretty intensely on the sideline. So I'm wondering if they're going to be brought on. Sorry, Thunder players, not Lightning.
It's easy to do.
In the next few minutes of the game, just to get some stamina back in there.
So. They look pretty fit, though. They're playing at a pretty high intensity, this team. As we see a few of the Cougars rolling in there and getting ready for their big match of the round at 5.
It will be.
So Annabelle Laurie gets it and shoots and scores. So keeps that margin. It's actually out to 11 now. This will make it 12.
I'd love to see the shooting stats on those two today. I think it's been pretty accurate.
We'll have statistics probably starting round 2. We'll have our little iPads all set up for stats.
Well, that's the first thing I'm going to be looking at.
Well, there goes Hunt. And Hunt by name, Hunt by nature. She's done a very good job. Margin is 12. Biggest lead of the game. They've certainly come out of the blocks in this third quarter. Someone can't track that down. It was a margin of 5 at half time. It's now 12. So Gage is on. Hughes back to the bench.
Yeah, we said that was probably likely to happen in the next few minutes, and it has, like clockwork.
Said like an expert commentator. You're all over this commentary business. So, feeling very threatened for my job.
Not at all.
I had a good run. It was a great year last year. So stick to indoor. So, Leah Woolno gets us going, the former Jet, loving her time at the new club. And Binny and Hunt. Back to Laurie.
It's like they're teasing us. They're just saying either of us can shoot it, so let's just play it around.
And they're getting the rub of the green on the bounce of the ball. So, could have gone either way, but it fell the way of the Thunder. They just seem to want the ball a little bit more at the moment. Rosenoff's back on for the Tigers. She's gone into GD. Somerville, the great drive.
Beautiful pass from Gray, just hits that circle and straight in.
Binny and Hunter-esque, that drive there by Somerville.
Absolutely.
She's been watching it at the other end.
She has.
So the ball with Hinchliffe. Hunt holds that backspace beautifully. Hits the front of the ring. Rosenoff can't pull it in.
Wants to work it in a bit closer. Hunt does, and she does. And she'll sink that one.
So, in further confusion, is that the Lynette Childs has gone to keeper and Rhiannon Childs to the bench?
Yes. Yes,
excellent.
It is.
That's exciting. So, big pass in.
Straight to Amy.
Somerville under the post.
And we're saying her name a lot today, and you can see why for the Tigers. She's been really dominant in their team, moving that ball around and
putting your coach's hat on. Would you move Somerville to shooter perhaps and Gage to GA?
Potentially. I mean, look, I haven't seen Gage in goal attack. She looks like she's an agile player, but I think Somerville's just doing such a good job of leading the team from the midcourt into the circle. So no, I probably wouldn't risk it. Would you?
I would. I'd change it straight
You
up.
would?
Yep. So I think Somerville would hold the space better in the circle.
Yeah.
Which is what Hughes was doing really well. Just occasionally a shot would let her down or a hand would let her down. But yeah.
And we've got Sienna Allen on in the goalkeeper bib now. Like we were saying, she was warming up before and they've moved her on. So, and Barnett to goal defence. So a bit of a change up there.
So Allen to keeper, Barnett to goal defence. And the ball falls to the Tigers. They get a chance here through Gage, which he probably won't shoot from there. Kicks it out.
Oh, and they're all over it, forcing
And held
that.
ball. No obstruction call on the aforementioned Barnett, who just came on. And yeah, I probably would throw the Somerville back to shooter.
Yeah.
And in fact, here's a cat amongst the pigeons. Put Katie Walker in at GA.
Oh.
For
Is
speed
she
to burn. No idea.
No.
Speed to burn. Just get the circle moving, and then maybe that'll open it up for Somerville because you're down by 12.
Yeah, and Gray's doing well in the wing attack, Bibbs, actually.
Yes,
Just as you
very well.
said that,
Yeah.
she's coming on. It's like you knew that was going to happen.
Super coach.
Did you get a tip before the game?
So if you need me for your services, 0433.
Barnett just gets her hand on it.
Indeed she does.
Doesn't control it.
So McLeod with it. Fires in to Gage, doing a good job since she's come on. So,
There's been an offside call.
indeed. We have a new wing attack, but it's not Katie Walker. Oh no, sorry, it's Gage, my apologies.
But Katie Walker's just on the side there with the centre bib on, so I think they're going to put her in to match Hinchliffe.
So, Lily Gray with it outside the circle. She was the goal wing attack, but I was confusing. So, Little and looking good. Goes long, finds Hunt, clears all the space. And Annabelle Laurie gets it. Oh, the rotation between the two of them. That was quite brilliant. Hunt had a look, saw Laurie coming, went to the backspace.
Yeah.
You almost can't coach
Beautiful.
that. Like, that's just sixth sense type stuff.
Yeah, and their playing style isn't too dissimilar, but it just works perfectly.
Monique French throws the Hail Mary, and it was perfect. 3.5 to go. The margin's out to 14, 44-30. They've certainly put their foot on the throat in this third quarter.
They have, and look, they haven't really made many player changes yet. I mean, they've only moved Sienna Ellard in goalkeeper, so I think it's a huge testament to...
So Walker's back on, and she fed the circle of Somerville there. Might be too little too late. It's going to be hard to come back from 14. Monique French hits the circle beautifully. That was some nice play by the Thunder. You can tell this Thunder side's pretty well drilled. They were pretty well drilled last year under their old coach Passion. But
they were, and I think they weren't quite happy with third, so
indeed.
I think they'll be aiming for, it looks like it, grand final this year.
Yeah.
Big call to make this early,
Well,
but...
you seem like you know what you're talking about. Let's say, who do you think's going to win the comp? Like, seriously.
Oh, I can't make that kind of call this early. Would you?
Oh, my heart's with the Jets because, I've been around the Lions for a long time.
See, I'm a QT girl, so I'm...
Well, so
my heart's
QT,
going
Paula
there.
Stewart, she's the master coach.
She is.
But Liz White's the greatest coach of all time,
yeah.
so it's hard to go past the Cougs. And
There's too many to choose from, really.
yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a great comp. This year, I think, is probably the closest we've had to an even comp in a long time.
Oh, definitely. I think with more teams, just it really evens out the mix, and
Yeah.
you get those big names on each side that
Absolutely.
you just get so excited to watch.
And bringing the Townsville side back and bringing QUT in
Yeah.
gives it so much more opportunity
It
for
does,
our
yeah.
youngsters coming through because you tend to get a bottleneck every so often, and we're
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah.
we talk about Annabelle Laurie like she's a veteran, and she's, I don't know, she's 19 or
She's
something.
19,
yeah. But
19 and a training
so
partner. I mean,
she's
that's
in
pretty
theory
amazing.
got 10 years left of her career or more.
Oh, more.
You
I
know,
mean, if you look at
exactly.
some
So
of the
we
players-
need more teams so that we can get these young ones through.
Yeah.
So
couldn't agree more.
1:36 to go, margin 16.
Katie Walker's taking that front drive straight onto the circle.
It's like she's never been away from the game.
It is. She hasn't really, I guess. She's been coaching.
True. She.
I mean, if you're watching the Firebirds every week, you're probably learning a lot as you go.
Well, she's teaching the Firebirds
She
a fair
is,
bit too.
yeah.
Like, they really impressed me last year. They were.
Oh, I think they're in for a good one.
They had a
this
bad
season.
start, and then I think they won 6 out of the last 7,
Yeah.
and it was pretty impressive. So
I'm backing them for sure.
very excited
Bit
for the
biased.
2nd of May. We play the Swifts at the Nissan Arena. Get your tickets through the Firebirds website. Should be a cracker. I'm looking forward to seeing those numbers on the uniform.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
Although I don't think we'll need them for the Firebirds. I think by now
True.
we know who's on the court.
Very true. So, mind you, I get the defenders mixed up, Jenna and all the,
I think that's a you
they're all
thing.
tall. They're all tall blondes
I don't know
with
what
ponytails and.
Oh, and
so,
that's a big hit. Amy Somerville's on the floor.
Of course, she had some knee problems earlier in her career, but she bounces back off that.
Yeah, I think she's taken in a few breaths now.
So,
you can see.
Gage will take this shot, and does. So, margin 13. We're inside the last minute. Hinchcliffe with it. Is there time for one? No, it's a break. So, Childs picks it up.
So in the last 14 seconds, we've got a different wing defence on for the Thunder, and Chloe Litherland's taken the bench.
She has indeed, and Walker with it finds. She didn't shoot last time, and will she shoot this time, Gage? She does, and gets it just before the siren goes.
Great way to finish off.
So they get a margin back to 12, but they win the quarter by 7. So that was a 14-7 quarter. So 14-7 quarter makes the margin 35-47 in favour of the Thunder. Tigers, they didn't do a lot wrong, but before you know it, in the blink of an eye, at the pace that the Thunder are playing, they've taken the game away from them.
Yeah, I think the Thunder are just doing a lot right, as you said. Like, they're looking really fit, is what I'm seeing. And I think the noticeable thing is that they don't have to move around their players too much, because they can just back them to play the whole game at 100. Maybe not the whole game, because we've got 1 quarter to go, but we'll see.
Zooming in on Amy Somerville there, the GA, and she looks okay, but did take a big hit into that post. But can't see her knees, but she looks okay, looking down at them. So, and of course, Emily Gage there, she's out there at the moment shooting together. Shame about Hughes. Like, I thought Hughes started beautifully, and then just lost away a little bit. A few of those shots hit the front of the ring, and as a result, she's made her way to the bench. Yeah,
I think maybe it'll take another round or two to really build that connection. Gage is looking pretty good though, and like you were saying before, you've got me thinking. I'm pretty curious to see Somerville as a goal shooter now. Now that you've said it.
Seed of doubt.
Yeah.
So the Thunder, the connection between the front four, the wing attack, goal attack, centre, and of course Annabelle Laurie, the shooter. It's just very impressive and nearly impossible to stop at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking really,
Hinchcliffe
really
has
nice.
Just gone from wing defence in the centre.
Seamlessly.
Push French up one.
Yep.
And if anything, got a little bit better. And I thought Littleton was playing brilliantly in the first quarter and a half.
Yeah, I think what I love about her playing is just her leadership, and you can see that she knows when to let the girls know to bring it back and to steady it themselves when they get too caught up in the play. So
perfect person to be captain, you think, for the side?
Yeah, I think so. And she's been in the team for a long time now, so she knows the club, she knows their culture, and I think it makes perfect sense to me.
Indeed she does. So I hope you're enjoying our coverage. Pitches today being brought to you by our broadcast partner in Double Take Sport. And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our sponsors. HART Sports, major sponsor, been with us a while now, and we're really proud to have them on board. Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, who are our footwear suppliers, Mount Franklin Beverages, and Powerade, who are our sports drink provider. Bondi Vite, the vitamins, and of course Strap It for all your strapping tape. So we thank them for their support and continued support. If you'd like to join us for the last part of this game, of course you can through the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. And for all the news, views and interviews throughout the week, go to sapphireseries.com.au. I'm a bit of a nerd and I do spend a bit of time on that site. And if you want to watch the games back, of course you can go to our YouTube channel, Sapphire Series, and you can watch a plethora of games from 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Yeah, it's all there.
Get to hear my dulcet tones.
You get a day off, just binge the whole thing.
It's better than Netflix, they say.
Oh, it is.
And don't forget...
KO, are you watching?
Exactly. And don't forget, we've got one more game coming up, and that's between the Cougars and the new side, QUT Netball. So Tigers get us underway. The margin is 12. The old rule of 11, hopefully it doesn't kick in. They've got to get it under 11 before 11 to go.
Yeah, I'm expecting a bit more fight from Lynette and Rihanna. I could see them on the side there talking to the coach, and I dare say they don't like to lose by the looks on their faces.
Indeed they don't, and Binny and Hunt just, again, drives into that box. May have copped a stray hand for her troubles in the face. And we can't zoom in on her there. And she's good to go. That was pretty quick.
That was a very quick time.
She recovered quickly, and you'll see it here on replay. Might be just a stray hand. Yeah, maybe just copped it on the way down.
What? Was the hair? I don't know.
Oh, the old ponytail flick.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty dangerous.
The eighth man. They call it the eighth man. There's a Mizuno momentum shift.
But I love that.
Just made that rubbish up. So if you stick around, I'll make a lot of rubbish up. So brilliant play there by Hunt. This connection between Laurie and Hunt is unbelievably good.
Yeah, it's pretty seamless.
Will they take it to the next level? They're both training partners for the Lightning.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, if Steph Wood goes down, is it Proskovia?
Yeah,
and she's their shooter. If they go down, pull these two in. So.
It's hard though. I mean, when you've got Conan, Steph.
Cara Conan, of course.
it's hard to get a game.
Forgot about her.
Yeah.
Just a couple of
the
diamonds.
Australian diamond.
Yeah, whoops. So
that's why you have me here.
Yeah, of course. Cara Conan making her debut in the most recent series in New Zealand.
But it's so good that we have these teams that are direct feeders to our super teams because.
Indeed, it is.
I mean, it's the pathway, isn't it?
And the Firebirds, of course, they got heaps of training partners coming from this league. So
we've got Chloe Litherland back in the wing attack. I think that'll be a good move for them. I mean, they're looking pretty strong already, but her speed is pretty.
So
awesome
Metcalf to WD for the Thunder. So she gets a run out there, which is exciting.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they're comfortably ahead. Not too comfortable, but they are doing pretty well. So I think why not bring another.
They've really built into it.
Legs.
Like it was just a few at the break. At the first break, it was let me just check there. 3,
11, yeah.
3, and then it became 4, and then they blew it out to.
And
12.
they'll go for another one there. Barnett just picking up the scraps of a tussle.
So they just seem a little bit fit, a little bit faster at the moment.
Yeah, and there's Litherland working it back, as we've been saying.
So Katie Walker's gone back to the bench. McLeod back on at centre.
She has. I'm wondering if that's sort of a keeping the fresh legs kind of thing.
Okay, we've got a timeout Tigers. So Coach Burns not happy with the start in the last quarter.
No, it's that first time out we saw her pretty calm, pretty comfortable. So I'm wondering if it's the same tone as.
She looks a little more animated. We'll try and listen in.
You know that they're dropping back for the second phase for that long ball from Vinny with Roddy Delane and all that, and we need some help from out the front here with the position as well. But you need to have that eyes up as soon as Anna's gone out. You can have it close, right? So let it go out. So if she's outside the circle, be careful. Let's drop back to that.
Yeah.
In attack. Alright, cut that yin and yang. Amy's coming fast and cut that too early. Alright, and then hanging around. If you're not used, get back in. Let's use that yin and yang. Alright? Use the ball, use the reset, use the ball. You've got this.
Okay, she's pretty confident they've got this. Wants to use the yin and the yang thing. So I assume that means going back and going in. So something like that. So.
Yeah, sounds
But
right.
yeah, the yin and the
Interesting
yang.
analogy.
Oh, you know.
We've had
Found her zen.
herding, was it? No.
Sorry, what?
The last analogy we were discussing was.
Oh, so many.
So many.
So many. So, like I say, stick with me. There's a lot of rubbish. So the ball will be with the Thunder. It's 35-52.
That's a big score. It is for the first game.
Well, the Tigers haven't scored in this quarter, which hence the timeout. So in 2.5 minutes, they put on 7 for Thunder. So
Goodness.
yeah. So nearly a hell ball there.
Yeah, she's getting a bit stuck there, I think.
They've certainly increased the pace in the last quarter. And there's Hunt again. Both
Home
the Child
alone.
sisters, the old Macaulay Culkin. So, and Hunt can't get the shot, but she'll get the call on the throw-in, I believe she does. Goal line throw-in. And, a little tip there. So, Annabelle Laurie. It's almost probably as sweet a shot as Somerville's. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Sorry. So, Tigers now trying to find their way back. If the game's gone, do you bring Hughes back out to try and get her a bit of confidence? What do you do there?
No, look, I think looking in the huddle, she's looking like a developing player in it. You know, I can't use the word young, but I use developing.
It's just bull sharks said,
So
no,
I,
not young.
okay. So I think I'd just have her kind of watching and seeing, and then bring her on maybe in a few minutes.
So they started an overload centre pass move there. It went a little bit astray, but somehow Hunt tidies it up for Laurie, who gets the shot.
And speaking of Hughes, it's probably a lot of pressure being that tall and being young and having that pressure on you to just put it up to post every time. I mean,
she's now the sort of leader of the franchise in the shooting end. So,
definitely.
yeah. Gage steps back, can't get it. So, of course, you can join us, jump on the Facebook page, like Lucy Benjamin has, a former Jet. She retired last year and got engaged this weekend.
Oh,
there you go. I know, right? So, congratulations to her and Pete. And a little flick pass there, it doesn't work. So, goal line throw into the Tigers. Through the Child sisters, they get it eventually to McLeod, finds Gage. Somerville's playing like a
big
shooter,
hands.
isn't she? Like she's getting herself in there, and they may as well make it official. So,
I think she loves to run too much.
well, I was just going to say, it looks like she might be struggling a little bit. I think maybe that knock on the
Yeah.
post might have actually... Is there a bruise coming up on her right knee, or is that my eyes deceiving me? Just inside the right thigh.
Long distance vision isn't my
Not your strength?
not my strength. So I've got the glasses on today, so I'm not the person to ask.
You and me both. Might be binoculars if we come here next week. It's a
I think
long
we
way
need a
up.
bigger screen to our left here.
So, yeah, like a 65-incher or something. Harvey Norman, if you're listening, let's do a commercial arrangement. So the ball falls to Gage. She shoots pure,
Oh, puts it in that time.
and they're fighting back, getting the margin back to 17. And, oh, chased down well. The ball's still with the Thunder. Tigers thought they had it.
Yeah, there's some pretty disappointed cries from the crowd there.
Indeed. That was Rhiannon Childs, chased it down. Would have probably
Gets
got
the
it.
rebound.
So,
They don't often get a rebound from the Thunder shooters.
you know, they're not overly tall either, but they
No.
seem to get majority of the balls.
They're just accurate, I think.
So,
Oh, Hinchliffe takes down another player there.
it's McLeod, teammates at the Cougars last year. So,
Yeah, both moved.
just looking at my incredible list of rubbish I have here, we've got Binion Hunt is listed at 181, so that's just under 6 foot. And Annabelle Laurie at 186, so slightly over 6 foot,
I
6'1".
think they're a lot taller than we thought they were.
Yeah, I'll take all that back.
I mean, it's hard to see from this distance. They look like ants.
We need a big TV.
Yeah.
Harvey Norman. So, oh, loose hands there by Gage. She gets it, I think. No, she doesn't. We get a possession call here to... Goes the way of... I would have thought Gage would have
She's
had to
going
take
shoot
that.
Oh, and why not when you can do it from that distance? She's pumping up her team.
I would have thought that would have had to go to Gage because she was the one in the contest, whereas Summer was on the goal line.
Who knows? I'm not the umpire, so.
Indeed. The umpires
Tell you.
today, Carly Farthing and Di Fawcett. Nicola Stevens, the sub, doing a great job.
Oh, and Hunt is just holding that space so well.
Indeed she
She's
is.
moving at the last minute, so they've got no choice but to contact if they go for it.
And if you have a look, they look like they've swapped GAGS as well. In fact, they definitely have.
They have, yeah.
So there you go.
They're moving so seamlessly, I just didn't even notice.
So, Annabelle Laurie to the GA spot, Binny and Hunt to the... And we've got to change the centre. It looks like Hinchliffe is coming off, French back on at centre. So it just keeps rolling for the Thunder at 56 to 39.
I noticed that one.
Well done. And Litherland, brilliantly
Easy to
picked off by
be.
Childs.
I thought that was a sure thing from Litherland, but probably just needed to either wait the second more or
I think
go
that's
a bit
Rhiannon
faster.
Childs that did that. So the ball with McLeod outside the circle, looks in, finds Gage, goes to Somerville instead, and then to Gage. And that was some pretty nice play by the Tigers.
It was.
Probably almost
That
their
was
play of the game.
Much better, yeah.
So, and we've got a timeout called by the Thunder.
Well, it's pretty complimentary.
It is indeed. They were on a little bit of a roll. They had the margin out to 19. It's back to 16, 56 to 40. It was 17 the difference at three-quarter time. So at the moment, the Tigers are in the position to win the quarter. And we've got 6:59 to play.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen in the last part?
Oh, I think the Tigers are going to take the quarter.
Just listen in to the coach.
And then the resets on if we need it, but no more big force balls.
Yeah.
That's
last option.
That's last option, exactly. And then when as we know, we've got to work it short, and then it'll start to open up, and there will be a nice long one for us to use, but we must do the work first.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to win this final quarter. I want all 18 points, so the game's not over. We go back to those structures, discipline, and connecting with the ball. Defense, lovely. Keep staying off on that split circle, yeah? They hate it. All right, so really off, good girl. I love the active side.
So Coach Jessica Whitford, new to the Thunder, obviously has a winning attitude, wants all 18 points.
She does. She was pretty clear on that.
Very,
All 18.
very clear on that. So there could
First
be
game too.
no ambiguity there by the team, and wants to play the short, long game.
She
So
does.
for those at home,
And I think you can tell she means business by that.
absolutely. So in transition, you tend to go short pass, and then look for the long pass. And she wants her team to adopt that sort of attitude and take out the big long ones into the circle by what I'm hearing from there. So great to see Jessica Whitford. I don't know a lot about her. Came from Victoria, I believe. and is now the head coach up there at the Thunder, taking over from Gary Passion. So who did a great job for the 2 years he was in there. So the ball with the Thunder now. They're down by 1 in this quarter, but they do lead the match by 16. So Annabelle Laurie with a longish shot, hits the front of the ring, misses. Binny and Hunt can't get it. Childs to Childs, they do well. So 2 Childs in the circle called the children. No, that's a bad joke.
That was awful.
That was awful. Yeah.
I'm sure they've never heard that before.
Yeah, sorry. Hope they can cut that out in post. So McLeod gets it, finds Somerville under the ring, and she scores.
Yeah, there we go.
Margin,
that's what we want to see from them.
The margin is 2 for the quarter, so the Tigers in the prime spot to take this one in this quarter. We've got 6 to play. Hands again. Oh, they can't run it down. So a bit of enthusiasm being shown here by the Tigers. Laurie's way out of the circle. Hunt in there. And, oh, yes, again. They get a hand over.
They fired up, those 2.
So I think that was Lynette Childs got the hand into her sister. Falls to Somerville. It's Gage on the drive on the base. They lead the quarter by 3. Here come the Tigers.
I don't know if the 18 points is happening.
Wow, coach will be furious.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, that's what you want. You want those quarters where they fire up and you've got to fight back. You don't necessarily win finals by just,
you don't want to win. Everyone. Yeah, exactly. So 4 in a row to the Tigers. 43-56, margin 13. Probably not enough time to win the match.
No, but I think, if they can get as close as they can, it'll be great to be a team that can come back.
Ooh. The ball still with the Thunder. French thought she might have come off her last.
I think so.
She had almost given up on it. And Leah Woolnough gets that one. Contact there, but where's this effort been from the Tigers all match?
No idea.
So, French finds Binny and Hunt in the screen set by Laurie. Incredible play by those 2.
I think perhaps we had the coach cam on the wrong team. I'd like to know what was going in the Tigers.
Exactly.
Circle.
So, was that an air ball? Must have just touched the ring.
Yeah, that's an uncommon miss from Hunt.
Very uncharacteristic from Hunt. So, that was a Mizuno momentum shift. They broke the run of 4. And in it goes to Gage, back outside. Oh, nice play by Lily Gray. Remembering she was playing Ruby last year, only played 1 game for the Tigers, and you wouldn't know it, judging by the way she's played today.
No, she's looking natural out there.
So, Somerville needs this to keep that margin. Oh, misses. Huge rebound.
Barnett's been so strong on the rebounds
today.
She
certainly has. So, she looks tall to me. Let's see what they tell me she is. And I'm right, she's 186.
There you go.
Ooh, got one right. So, Hunt shoots. And she just gets it.
Too vague to be right.
Yeah, in this environment where everyone looks tall. Very valid point. I look up at everyone. So, I used to play men's netball back in the day, and I was lucky enough to play for Queensland early on.
Yeah.
And they nicknamed me China because I was the shortest shooter in Australia. So. Yeah, eventually about 2 years later they moved me into the mid-court. So my career was very short-lived in the circle. We've got a contact call here.
Short-lived.
See what I did there? So the ball falls to the Tigers. They're winning the quarter at the moment.
Evelyn gets hands on it.
She does indeed. Margin was 17 at three-quarter time. It's currently 15. They lead the quarter by 2. So this will be very pleasing for Coach Burns to see her side finishing well. So Somerville with it now, looks in, finds, no she doesn't, she goes back out. Gage with it, she's made a big difference since she's come on, Gage. And loose ball.
Somerville comes away with it.
Short shot,
on that
just
one,
gets there.
Puts it in.
So they lead the quarter by 3, is that enough? It's their centre now, if they score this one, surely. Look at the replay. Oh, there's the contact.
That's a big hit by Hunt in that replay.
Penny and Hunt, well called by the umpire.
Yeah.
And the ball is with Thunder. Gage can't believe it. Throws it away in frustration. When I say throws it away, more or less rolled it away.
Yeah, I think umpires would be having a few words to throw it away.
It was more a dribble, wasn't it? So Metcalf with it now. Oh, Leah Woolnough, tough as teak, that young lady. So cops one from Somerville.
Yeah, there's some big contests in this last quarter.
There's a lot. They're playing for a lot in this quarter. You can tell both teams want the 2 points. Laurie to Littleland. The speed of the ball is incredible.
Yeah, I think Tigers want the 2 points for their dignity and Thunder for their coach.
So the screen set again. The screen with Laurie and Hunt, I would have thought it'd be the other way around, but it's Laurie that's setting the screen for Hunt. So, another body on the ground.
Floor.
Litherland doesn't mind a bit of time on the floor.
I'm surprised they haven't brought the towel out.
Well, here it comes. I think they call for the sponge.
As I said it.
Here comes the sponge. We've got no sponge there. We're looking for sponge. There's one. Here we go. Nice tiger one. Look at the tiger print. That's fantastic, isn't it?
That is
probably
nice.
got Coreen Lee's club sponsor all over it.
Probably.
There's long-time sponsor. So, shouldn't be a player doing that.
Yeah.
Where's the guy with the broom, like the NBA? So, we get underway now. And Hinchcliffe's back on at centre. So, coach is ringing the changes till she gets it right. And Hunt gets another one. Sorry, that was Laurie gets another one. So, 60-44. Margin is only 16. So, they're still winning the quarter by 1, the Tigers. Gage needs this one to give him a bit of breathing space. She gets it. 1:30 to play. They're winning the quarter by 2. Hannah Davies, what are you thinking?
Well, you know what? I can't tell yet. That's not a very effective call, but...
I was talking it up, getting excited, and you come back and I'm not sure. So, well, Hunt gets another one. So,
what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Tigers are going to hang on. Somerville here. Oh, it goes out. Oh, yes, it's out. It's still with the Tigers. I think Somerville will put a really high one up that'll just plop in and get them the game by 3. This quarter by 3. It's going to be Gage to prove me wrong. Oh, obstruction. So that was Barnett. Got a bit close. So we're inside 40 seconds. They lead by 2. It is the way of the Thunder. If they score here, they've got to get a very quick turnover to halve the quarter. So Hunt with it, looks in, finds Laurie. Oh, how did she do that? She wasn't even watching the ball. Back to Hunt. Here we go. Hunt scores.
And I love how strong Hunt stays in that back foot so that she can draw herself as close into the hoop as possible.
So here we go. So the ball with Gray, sorry.
And obstruction by Litherland.
That's using up valuable time,
Yeah,
which is
it
good
is.
for the Tigers, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah, well, they're leading by 1 this quarter. So
Can we make
Somerville
it?
for the long shot, as I
Wouldn't
predicted.
this be good?
Oh,
That's all right.
didn't get the shot in. That would have made
Would
my
have
day.
been nice, but
So the margin finishes up at 16, which means that quarter belongs to the Tigers. So they pick up 2 competition points. But the 10 and the 3 that they won is 62-46 in favour of the Thunder.
yeah, that's a big score, isn't
I was
it?
going to say, you made the point earlier on that 62 is
Pretty big.
for game 1 of a season.
is.
That is huge.
Hats off to
So,
Hunt and Laurie. Played the whole game.
absolutely,
Pretty
Jessica.
awesome.
Yeah, well, Macy Marin was the spare shooter. They didn't use her,
No.
so they were obviously pretty happy with Hunt and
and why
Laurie.
wouldn't
And
you be?
when you score 62 goals, I
Yeah.
can see why.
Between
So-
2 players, that's pretty awesome.
So Coach Whitford would be pretty happy with that result, even though she did want to win the last quarter as
did.
well. Tigers, well done to them. Aaron Burns' team did well to get one back. So 2 competition points to them, 16 competition points to the Thunder. Let's go through it. We'll start with the Tigers. Who was your best, do you feel?
Look, I think I've got to go the obvious one and say Somerville.
Somerville led from the front, did
Yeah.
well. I'm going to disagree with you. I thought Lily Gray was superb at wing attack. I thought she did
Actually,
a great job.
Yeah, I think they both worked really well together.
Considering she's come up from Ruby, I thought she did a top job. I thought McLeod was pretty solid too. Threw the ball away a couple of times there. Grace Hughes, a little bit of work to do, but she'll get there. And the Child Sisters were great in
Absolutely.
defence. And of course, their under 19s Queensland player Monga did a good job. Would have liked to see more of Katie Walker. She
I would have,
played
yeah.
about 5.5 minutes all up.
It
I would have
was
imagined.
an interesting appearance. They
Yeah.
didn't use her too much, but I mean, maybe she's just there more for the leadership side on the bench to like, kind
Absolutely.
of guide the girls through it.
So can you split anyone between Annabelle Laurie and Vinny and Hunt?
Pretty even, but maybe just Hunt for me.
Just Hunt, the
Yeah.
drives into the base.
Yeah, she was looking pretty specky.
Laurie has a great shot. Did a lot of things I haven't seen her do before, like setting screens and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
That speaks
My
volumes
goodness.
of her development as a player. So that
Their
was,
moving between the circle was just beautiful.
yeah,
to
a couple of
watch.
years ago, Laurie, whenever she got the ball, would just turn and shoot, but now she's
Yeah.
thinking like a player that wants to, if someone's in a better position than her, so it's a great development for her.
Yeah, you could see that from both of them.
Yeah, her future looks good. Littleton was brilliant.
Yes.
I thought the Jets girls, French and Leah Woolno, had great debuts
Very
the first
steady.
time.
Very
So
steady.
it's hard to I can't think of
No.
anyone who didn't perform well for the Thunder. So that pretty much wraps up this game. We've got one to go. I just got to go through a little bit of bookkeeping. So the last game we have here is, of course, the Cougars taking on the new side, the QUT netball. It should be a crackerjack match. That QUT have recruited well. They've got some players from some various sources, and I'm very excited to watch that match. So to view it, though, you have to go now to the News Corp live stream Match of the Round. So the Courier Mail website, and there'll be a Match of the Round link there, and you get on. It's a subscription game, that one. $5 for the whole month, $15 for 3 months, and you get to see all the Match of the Rounds for our partnership. Thank you again to our broadcaster, Double Take Sports. They've done a great job. HART Sports, our major sponsor, Legrasic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi Vite, and Strap It. My name's Dave Mills. I've been joined in commentary for the last 2 games by Hannah Davies from the Courier Mails. Hannah, you coming back for the last one?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. This one's going to be big.
It should be a cracker. We'll be
come
back
back
on air just before 5 o'clock. About 5 to 5 we go back on air. So I'll say goodbye for now, and as always, be brilliant.